Hello, welcome to the Stadium Junkies Media live preview of the NFL season. Just because we like wrestling does not mean we enjoy something else. We also enjoy the NFL. We each have different opinions, and James will not be joining us, but I am graced by
Tony Lopez, of course, your neighborhood Dallas Cowboys #1 fan.
you are not their number one fan. That is,
Well, I mean, come on. What do you expect me to say? I'm a diehard. You Saint fan, you stay over there.
oh, I'm trying to be as unbiased as possible.
All right.
But well, normally we would go a lot talking about wrestling, but this will be a topic about football, and we're gonna start with a little preview. First, we're gonna do news around the NFL. Then we're gonna do about each team and how we see the season transpire, basically.
Exactly.
Tony, you want to start us off with some NFL news?
Well, let's start with what's going on down at the coast with the hurricane that's affecting the East Coast, well, mainly South Florida right now. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Miami Dolphins are having to reschedule their game that's supposed to happen on Sunday at noon to Week 11 due to Hurricane Irma.
Mm.
Now, this storm, they're already saying that the winds and everything like that are stronger than Katrina. It's already a bigger storm than Harvey. This could affect more people harder than it may Harvey and Katrina. I feel like the smartest thing to do was just forget about football in South Florida and let everybody go and take care of their families. Get everybody out of there, or if you're going to stay there, make sure everybody's safe. Don't focus on football right now.
Yeah, get a mandatory evacuation.
Exactly. But they're in a state of emergency. I think South Florida is in, I forget what they call it, but like a stage 1 like protocol or something like that, where like police are on like 12-hour shifts right now. They're on high alert right now. So even if they were to focus on football, they weren't going to have any like security like at the games or anything like that.
Safety comes first. But I mean, after the storm has passed, you get a cost of how much damage and this is going to be, because was it supposed to be at Miami or was it supposed to be at Tampa Bay?
This game was supposed to be in South Florida.
About South Florida, okay. So,
yeah. And this will end up being a weird season for both teams because, one, they both did have the same bye week in Week 11. But
luckily,
now both teams have to play 16 straight games starting in Week 2. Now, will this affect them in the long run? We won't know until we see it.
I think it will. I think it will, because injuries do happen in the NFL. No team can get off scot-free with injuries, one way or the other. And if that injury bug's hit, normally you use that bye week to rest up your starters. But 16 straight weeks. Let's see if they can run the gauntlet.
I mean, for me, it's going to make a team stronger or it's going to make a team weaker. That's my opinion.
Well, in Miami's aspect, it'll be weaker, I feel, and with Tampa Bay, it could potentially make them stronger.
I think it could like bond them, like make them closer.
Because
it's just a very, very damaging thing that's going on, and actually, I think either pulling a community or
our thoughts and prayers are all in the members of the Florida community, Tampa Bay and Florida. Hopefully, you survive this storm. If you do, you'll become much stronger. Well, now what else we got? We got other.
Now we have literally the biggest NFL off-field story going on right now.
Once again, the NFL is dealing with another court issue prior to this.
You know what? I'm gonna let you speak on this first. Because I'm gonna say my piece after this. So
I was gonna let you go ahead, but
no, you don't do first.
For those who do not know or have been living under a rock, Ezekiel Elliott's suspension has been upheld. So, however, he still gets that one game. He gets that one game against the Giants, and then for now, he still has to deal with the suspension. Okay, my 2 cents on this. One, this is all in the CBA. CBA gives Goodell this much power to be judge, jury, and executioner, right?
Yeah.
So this is the players. This is on them. You gave Goodell this power. Whether it's right or wrong, we can agree or we can disagree. Whether he's innocent or guilty, I don't know. But you gave Goodell the power he needed, the power to just be judge, jury, and executioner. And the way I see it, whatever happens after that, that is on them. If you put this in court, I mean, you can fight this in court and all you want, but the damage has already been done. Yeah. It's gonna cost you thousands and thousands of dollars just to play in the NFL. Okay, fine. You're trying to prove a point and you're trying to proclaim your innocence. That's fine. No one's saying. I'm not saying if you're innocent, fight. You fight to the bitter end. But it's not going to change other people's opinions. Whether you either believe Zeke he did it or you believe he's not. There's no middle ground whatsoever. I can't change it. I can't change your opinion. I'm not even going to try to. If you believe that, that's fine. But this whole situation is all revolving back to the Players Association for giving Goodell this power.
Okay. Here's my thought on the whole thing. One, I'm going to look at it from both sides. One, the NFL did their investigation, and they actually did take their time. So I give them credit where credit is due.
It took them a whole year to come up with this.
It took them a whole year with little facts and little cooperation from the Cleveland or whatever Ohio police department.
Yes.
That was with the whole thing. Number two, the girl never really said anything in this thing, so we don't know what that whole situation was as well. My whole issue with this is he was not on the police report, and the Cleveland or wherever in Ohio police were saying that he wasn't even involved. It just happened to be people around him something was going on. So, one, I feel like he never should have gotten suspended in the first place, but since they did their investigation, took a year long, I'm just done talking about it.
Thank you.
Half a suspension. I don't think he should be playing this week. I think he should have just started the suspension now.
Because if you wait...
We can have him back after the bye week and have him ready for week 8. Because our bye week is in week 7.
Mm-hmm.
So if we have to play 6 games without Zeke Elliott, I think we're fine. I think we're already ready for it.
Thank you. That's the most thoughtful comment I've ever heard from a Cowboy fan about this whole situation.
Let's not get it twisted.
Mm-hmm.
When Zeke comes back, he's going to be the best running back in the NFL because he's going to have a damn chip on his shoulder.
Keep the cursing to a minimum, please.
I believe me, I am. That's the only one that's going to come out of my mouth tonight. But you just expect him to be the best running back in the NFL when he comes back.
Like Tom Brady was the best quarterback when he came back from this season?
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, I just say take this.
I don't think they're going to go that deep into the playoffs, but at the same time, if he can have that chip on his shoulder, maybe they can go far. With him, Zeke, and the whole team, maybe they can.
We'll talk about the prediction. We'll talk about that when we do our whole NFL, whole roundtable of the NFL, where we go with each division. But exactly. I also heard the rumor that first round draft pick might be the first overall pick in the NFL draft might turn out to be a bust a little bit early because due to injury. What's this I'm hearing about that?
Well, okay. He's not going to be a bust, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
But he does have an ankle sprain, and apparently maybe a high ankle sprain. So there's a possibility that he could miss multiple games.
Define multiple.
I want to say like 2 or 3. So
okay.
It's not going to be that much of an effect on him. At the same time, Cleveland's not going to be that great.
Yeah, we are. It's Cleveland. Cleveland. I'm sorry.
You know, their brown colored jerseys are already hideous to look at, so we don't have to look at it anymore. Let's let it rest.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to rest up. He's going to come back, and I think he's going to be fine. And plus, I don't really care for him. He's an Aggie, so
get your biased Texas fan out of the they lost. I don't want to hear it from you.
Oh.
But also, Seahawks. I mean, we have one last news to bring up, like Seahawks. Michael Bennett. Sure, but for those who do not know what happened, apparently after the Mayweather-McGregor fight, good fight by the way,
he alleges that there was excessive gun. Okay, let me read this right.
Go for it.
Seattle Seahawks defensive end Michael Bennett has alleged that he was a victim of excessive force by police in Las Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
He has a long he actually put a full statement on Twitter. So if anybody wants to look at that, go look up. That's a heck of a go to @MosesBread72. That is Michael Bennett's official Twitter handle. Go look at it. The whole thing is there, and he's actually getting support from the NFL, from other players. So this might not be as crazy as it sounds, but at the same time, there are also reports that he fled the scene when the cops said to stay there and just relax.
There's always two sides to every story.
Always two sides. But there's going to be this just came out today, and I guarantee we're going to hear more about it during the next few weeks. My whole thing about this is it's just not the greatest situation right now.
It's really not. I mean, for the NFL, you have the Zeke case, which is going to court, and then you have Michael Bennett apparently getting excessive force by cops. Well, last year it was protesting the national anthem and deflated footballs. This year we got domestic violence and excessive force by cops. Can we not get a season of the NFL where I do not have to worry about any legal courts? I just watch, and some people, the fans, watch NFL just to get away from life. And now, even then, life is involving the NFL. I watch the NFL just to see the potential stories and see the storytelling aspect of the NFL, which I've learned to greatly appreciate due to my alma mater, UTA. Thank you.
Now, Jeff, shall we get started with the?
Shall we begin?
Our division by division analysis of the 2017 NFL season.
Man, you sound very excited about this. This is the Stadium Junkies preview of division by division, starting with
the AFC North. I felt like I wanted to start with what I feel is going to be the worst division in football in 2017.
The worst division.
Worst division.
Worst division.
Worst division.
Is it because of Cleveland?
No.
No. The worst division that potentially has a Super Bowl contending team in that division.
They do have potentially a Super Bowl contending team in that division, yes. And yes, it is the Pittsburgh Steelers. Let's be real.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
That offense. One, you still have Le'Veon.
You have Le'Veon Bell.
You still have Roethlisberger.
Big Ben.
3, you still have the best wide receiver in the NFL today, Antonio Brown. Yeah. And they just brought back Martavius Bryant, who is literally Big Ben's secret weapon. So that offense, as long as they're all there clicking on all cylinders, could be the best offense in the NFL. But I don't think so.
The best offense in the NFL could potentially, but my biggest
the best offense in the NFL, yes.
Tony, my only question is that defense. The defense.
The defense looks pretty good. There's a lot of young talent on the team. It's actually starting to look more and more like a Mike Tomlin defense.
Mike Tomlin defense, which is basically what do they like to do?
It's almost like a mix between a 3-4 and a Tampa 2. It's a very hybrid defense. They depend on young talent who actually has a little bit more agility, a little bit more mobility, just being able to move around the field and being able to do multiple things.
Mm-hmm.
This is where I get a little weird. I don't feel like they're going to be that good. I think maybe everybody's overhyping them.
Overhyping them?
I think Baltimore is going to be a better team.
What are you smoking something?
Well, one is the schedule. The schedule plays into everything. I feel like Baltimore has an easier schedule compared to Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh has to play all these top tier teams. Baltimore doesn't.
Win the division.
Exactly. That's why I feel Baltimore is going to win this division.
Baltimore, no. You think Baltimore?
This is going to be my wild pick of the year. I feel like Flacco's going to come back and actually play to the potential we always think he's going to be able to play at.
Mm-hmm.
At the same time, they do have to discover a running game. They have receivers. Mm-hmm. Their offensive line is getting better and better year by year.
Mm-hmm.
And their defense is actually starting to return to form. So that happens, You never know.
I don't see the Ravens.
Yeah.
The Ravens winning I just don't see it, honestly. I mean, there's always that one team that just turns out to be a surprise in the NFL season year by year. Baltimore might get a wild card maybe, but division, I mean, until I see otherwise, with that offense of the Pittsburgh Steelers, somewhat questionable defense.
Yeah,
it's the Steelers' division to lose.
Exactly. Now
it's there to lose, and I don't see them losing it whatsoever. So I'm gonna say, the Steelers are gonna finish with a 10-6 record.
All right, I will say that the Steelers will finish with an 8-8 record, a perfect 500 record.
No way.
But they will also be 4-2 in the division. I think the Ravens, the only reason they make the playoffs is because they have a 9-7 record. I don't think there's going to be a wild card team out of this division. I also don't think that the bottom two teams in the division will be as bad as people think they're going to be. I think both of those teams will end up going 6-10.
I'm looking at the Steelers' schedule, and I can see way more than 8 wins. I'm sorry.
I just don't see it. I think Cleveland will end up looking better than normal, and Cincinnati will look better than they are expected to be.
There's also another team we are completely forgetting about, the Cincinnati Bengals.
Well, Cincinnati, they've lost a few pieces.
Mm-hmm.
They've lost a lot of linemen, a lot of offensive linemen.
Mm-hmm.
If you're going to have Andy Dalton standing in there in the pocket, you're going to need somebody to protect him.
You need to give him time to
just don't have it. They got rid of an all-pro offensive tackle who went to the Los Angeles Rams just simply because they didn't want to pay him an extension. They've gotten rid of guards and centers. They're having to rely on youth. And that youth isn't great because they're lower-tier draft picks or undrafted players who are having to learn a system more slowly than normal. So I don't expect Dalton to even be up there again. I think Marvin Lewis is going to end up losing his job.
If they don't make it, I think with the Cincinnati Bengals, it's playoffs or bust for Marvin Lewis.
Yeah, if they don't make the playoffs, he's gone.
It's playoff or bust because you have the talented AJ Green and the quarterback Andy Dalton. They've had sparks of good offensive play. It's just their defense and their discipline is what's really hurting them.
And if they're going to be good, they also need the running game to step up because Giovanni Bernard hasn't done it. They did just draft Joe Mixon from Oklahoma, who I feel like can be one of the best running backs for years. But we just got to see what happens.
Now. So, okay, you said we disagree on winners. Like you say Baltimore, Pittsburgh, Cincinnati, Cleveland. I just swap 1 and 2.
Exactly.
And that'll be the worst division. You say worst division. I say second and third best division in the AFC. So now we spent enough time in the AFC North. Let's transition down to
the AFC South. Naturally, we go north-south.
And then east-west?
Exactly.
I like how you think. But let's see.
Now, this division here.
I don't know what you're saying, Tony. I just do not know whatsoever.
There are so many things that can happen in this division. One, if Andrew Luck actually does get healthy, the Colts can be right back in the playoff picture. Two, if Mariota blasts off to the quarterback that we all potentially think he can be.
What year is this? Second year, right?
Year 3.
This is year 3.
Year 3.
If not this year, next year.
I just feel like
the
Titans have a chance. The Jags have a chance.
You said Jags.
The Houston Texans have a chance.
They're a quarterback away.
That's all a team. Every team in this division is a quarterback away.
No. I mean, Cleveland.
Well, here's the thing with Indianapolis. Andrew Luck isn't healthy, and we don't know when he's actually going to be back.
Also, with the Colts, what offensive line? Andrew Luck is going to play, trying to save his life. He has no time to get it to T.Y. Hilton, and then Frank Gore. What run blocking does he got? And besides, he's washed up.
Exactly. So, I don't know what to look here. I mean, they could potentially be good, but at the same time, it doesn't look great.
I mean, I'm not expecting – they didn't show me anything noteworthy in preseason whatsoever. And with Andrew Luck missing already game 1, so I'm already seeing them starting up 0-1.
Exactly. Now
I say – you say Tennessee. I was going to talk –
I think Tennessee's going to win this division.
Wrong. Absolutely wrong. I am going to give it to the Houston Texans.
And this is where we disagree.
I mean, we're going to disagree a lot about this because here's the thing.
This is where we disagree hard.
Yes. Go ahead. I want to hear your point first. Go ahead.
I think Tennessee, one, they have very, very good defense. Dick LeBeau is a dang good coach. That attacking 3-4 style defense just plays into the zone blitzing and everything like that is going to work perfectly. Mariota, and then you have what's his name? Henry, Alabama. You know who I'm talking about.
Travis Henry, maybe?
I think it's you know who I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
The Heisman winner.
Yeah. I'm trying.
Him and DeMarco in the backfield. You have some receivers outside. You have an offensive line. These guys are potentially one of the most explosive run offenses in the NFL. I feel like they could be one of the top 2 to 3 teams in the AFC.
2 to 3. The Titans.
Yeah. Yes, the Tennessee Titans.
Man, are you?
And I think Houston will be dead last in this division.
Absolutely not.
Simply because we don't know who the quarterback is. Is it Tom Savage or is it Deshaun Watson? No.
Well, I say after week 4, it's going to Deshaun Watson.
And if it does, what if he's inconsistent?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you did just give your best wide receiver on the team a 5-year extension on his contract. So don't you expect the quarterback to be able to get it to his receivers?
Oh, I believe that Deshaun Watson will get it to his receiver.
I just feel like Watson has always been a very inconsistent passer. People have overrated him because of his Clemson days. Yes, he has great leadership. Yes, he has great arm strength. But no, he does not have great accuracy.
Great accuracy, huh? Well,
and look, he has good form and everything like that. Just doesn't have great accuracy.
Well,
and I have never trusted Tom Savage.
Well, here's the thing. Houston is going to win this division not because of their offense, but because of their defense, Tony. That defense is so stifling. They were a top 5 defense last year. They average like about 200 something yards per game on passing. They had 31 sacks and 11 interceptions. And they got like 3,000 yards against them, but they were very vicious. They were a hungry defense. And with JJ Swat, I should say, leading the charge on that defense, I don't see Marcus Mariota even making it through one of the games. And also, they were the number 1 ranked. They were like one of the top 3 defenses in the NFL. Deshaun Watson doesn't have to do much. All he has to do is he can be a bus driver. Just don't cause any mistakes and let that defense do its job and shut opposing quarterbacks and opposing offenses down. That's why I'm going to give it to the Houston Texans. Defense wins championships, and it's going to win them that division.
Here's my whole thing about that. I like what you're saying. I do. I love their defense. But you can't win games with just defense.
Defense wins championship.
Still, you can't win games with just defense. If you can't get that ball down the field, you're not going to win games.
Defense
so that's
wins
why I don't think. Look, Houston's not going to go very far if they can't get that ball down the field. Period.
They got who they have? Don't they have Lamar Miller in their running back?
Guy who was supposed to be a 1,000-yard rusher last year, who couldn't even perform like he should have.
Oh, he'll perform. And then Deshaun Watson, he's a dual threat quarterback, isn't he?
Yes, but at the same time, he prefers to be in the pocket.
Okay, let him be in the pocket. Just give it to DeAndre Hopkins, right?
Exactly.
Just give it to him. So Houston, Colts, Tennessee, Jags.
Here's my order: Tennessee, Jacksonville, Indianapolis, and Houston.
Oh my goodness, I'm gonna have to.
And I feel like Tennessee and Jacksonville will both make the playoffs.
Wow. Totally crazy. You're so crazy. But
I may be a little off the walls, but these are my predictions, and I'm sticking to them.
Good to know. Now, let's go to the AFC East, a.k.a. the Tom Brady division.
Yep, everybody's just looking up. We all know who's winning this division.
We all know who's winning this division. And
okay, first off, let's talk about the bottom real quick.
Oh, who? Like, you mean the Miami Dolphins?
No.
Yes.
We're talking about the New York Jets.
Oh, the Jets are in. Oh yeah, the Jets are in full reboot mode.
The Jets are in full reboot mode, and the Bills are in full reboot mode.
They need to reset because one thing they both are lacking is a quarterback.
Exactly.
They do not have a quarterback. Here's the thing: you have Tom Brady, arguably the GOAT of quarterbacks, and this is Tom Brady right here. This is where everyone else in that AFC East is.
All right, here's what I say. Tom Brady is above my screen somewhere.
Yes.
Up in the stratosphere. Here's smoking Jay Cutler. Here's Tyrod Taylor a little bit down here. Tyrod Taylor. Exactly. Smoking Jay Cutler.
Oh, no.
Okay, hold on. Here's Tyrod Taylor. And here's the Jets quarterbacks off the screen. No, just on the bottom. No.
There's no such thing.
Okay. One, you draft a quarterback last year, Christian Hackenberg, to be potentially your starter for the future, right?
Mm-hmm.
He is the most inconsistent quarterback I've seen in a long time. How do you throw so many interceptions in the preseason against second and third team players? It doesn't make sense. This is why Bryce Petty's the backup quarterback. This is why Josh McCown, who is 38 years old and a journeyman in the NFL, is starting for your team. Starting for your team. Yes, you don't have an offensive line. One, you have a running back. In my opinion, he's actually pretty good. It's just you don't have a line to block for him. No, you don't have a single receiver who's even worth talking about at all. Your defense, here's the thing about your defense. It's good. You have good safeties. You actually have some pretty good cornerbacks. Linebackers need some work. You have one of the best defensive lines in the NFL, and you still can't produce.
It's the Jets.
You trade away a piece from your defensive line, and you still have one of the best defensive line in the NFL.
Yep.
They're not worth my time. They are going to be the worst team in the NFL. They will only win one game all season.
One game.
And that will be against Buffalo at some point.
Oh, wow.
Because they won't beat Tommy Boy. They won't even beat the smoking guy down in Miami.
Mm-hmm.
Buffalo, on the other hand.
Buffalo.
It's Buffalo. Bro.
Really?
What's new?
You're talking about them?
Yeah, we're talking about them.
Oh, my God. Why? I mean, Buffalo.
I actually feel guilty for LaShawn McCoy.
You feel guilty. Ew.
I feel bad.
Hey, Buffalo had its high. I can't even say that with a straight face.
No, we're talking about the early 90s. We weren't even credible human beings on the earth. Yeah, it's not worth talking about. The defense is getting better. Their offense is getting worse. The team looks like they're just in a straight-up rebuilding phase. You trade away Sammy Watkins to the Rams. You get Jordan Matthews from the Eagles for Ronald Darby, and Matthews immediately goes down with an injury. So they're gonna be crap too. Miami, on the other hand, actually has a chance.
All right, before we go on, continue. If you're just watching us, this is the Stadium Junkies doing a little football preview / analysis of of how we think the season's gonna transpire. If you have any questions for us, post the comments right here.
Absolutely.
Yes, but okay. Bottom line, New England's winning this division. It's not even a joke.
Hands down, they're gonna be like 14-2. Let's just
14-2. They'll wrap up the division within week 8 or week 9.
What's the point?
I mean, I would love to see some competition, but there's nothing there.
I mean, look, what I find even crazier, I'm saying this, and they've lost their best receiver for the full year.
They also, speaking of New England, they got someone that can easily replace Julian Edelman.
The Archer, Brandon Cooks. That boy right there is good.
That guy, Brandon Cooks can smoke any corner in the league if he gets the opportunity. He smokes them, throw it down the field, gone. Nice knowing him.
Now, if you're wanting my order from the division,
Patriots,
Dolphins,
just by quarterback.
Yeah,
Bills. I mean, Cutler sucks, but he's nowhere.
Yeah, Cutler can do something.
Cutler sucks. Stop trying to defend him.
I'm not trying to defend him. I just feel like he's better than Tannehill.
Oy.
That's not even an A&M bias. That's just being real.
Okay, now let's go to one of the most defensive-minded divisions in the AFC West.
All right.
This one's a little bit more tricky.
Is it because I have a definitive number one in this division?
Is it Oakland?
It's Oakland.
Yeah, I was going to say Oakland just because of I got to say quarterbacks.
1, cornerbacks are insanely good. 2, linebackers are great. 3, holy crap, you have the defensive MVP on your team. Khalil Mack is arguably the best defensive lineman in the NFL if it wasn't for J.J. Watt.
Oh, yeah. You got that.
But this is where it gets good.
Mm-hmm.
Their offense, 1, my opinion, second best offensive line in the league behind the Dallas Cowboys. 2, they have a returning Marshawn Lynch.
I got to forget that. Actual season form. I got to see him.
I understand. We got to see what Skittles can actually do on the field.
Skittles Lynch.
3, Cooper and Crabtree.
I mean, Crabtree, no. Cooper.
No, Crabtree is David. Wow, David. I'm thinking. I've been watching way too much NFL Network.
Oh, okay.
Derek Carr, his secret weapon is Michael Crabtree. As much as I hate saying that, Crabtree has played well with
Crabtree
Carr.
can play in the slot, correct?
Crabtree can play in the slot. He can play over the top. They're both kind of like bigger built receivers.
And so I mean, it depends on the game because Derek Carr doesn't like to throw it to just one receiver. He can throw it to Amari Cooper or Crabtree, or he can throw it to Lynch now. So
yeah, and then you have a good speedster in Cordero Patterson on the outside who also can return kicks. So
he's a good special teams aspect. And then we got Oakland now. Denver still absolutely need a quarterback. Best one of the best.
Okay. Let's talk about that quarterback situation real quick. 1, they've named Simeon the starting quarterback.
Okay, he did decent.
Well, this is where it gets interesting. Paxton Lynch is currently injured right now. And who do they go sign?
Brock
Osweiler to a veteran minimum contract. And first thing he says when he gets back to town, I'm happy to be back. You're a liar. You're a fake artist. You don't deserve to be playing in the NFL. You son of $17 million contract. Houston, you need to go back to Arizona and work on your game. Screw you, Brock Osweiler.
Oh, man.
Denver's going to be the worst team in this division. Worst team in this division.
Broncos, worst team in the division. I don't know about all that. I think that defense is going to get them something.
I almost said San Diego. The Chargers are going to be the second team to get in the playoffs out of this division.
Chargers. Can you say that with a straight face?
The Los Angeles Chargers are going to be in the playoffs.
No.
The Stevens are back. Here's the only thing. The only thing they need to do is stay healthy. We saw what happens when they are not healthy, and they are horrible. They're bad when they're not.
They're bad.
They're bad when they're not healthy. But when they're healthy and clicking on all cylinders, they are one of the best teams in the NFL.
Okay.
Just first off, watch the home games. This crowd is going to be so much different than anything we've ever seen in the NFL. It's a 26,000 seat field. That's a soccer stadium.
Mm-hmm.
There's going to be a different vibe in that stadium that we've seen in anywhere else. They're going to have hardcore fans in that stadium. It's going to help them in the long run.
Indeed. Very much indeed. But, I mean,
No.
I don't see San Diego getting division. I'm still giving them the Chiefs.
Wait, who are we talking about?
I'm saying, you said Chargers were going to get the division, right? I mean the playoff berth, right?
You said San Diego.
No, I meant Oakland. Oakland's getting the division.
No. You said San Diego, not Los Angeles.
I'm still used to calling it San Diego. Come on.
San Diego's dead, bro.
Hey, that kind of hurt.
I'm sorry. We both know a Chargers fan, and I think that's fine.
Yeah, I'm kind of hurt that you mentioned that. But anyway, I say the Chargers are not going to make the playoffs. I'm going to say the Chiefs would make the playoffs out of that division before I'd say the Chargers, the Los Angeles Chargers.
The only reason I don't say the Chiefs are going to make the playoffs are simply because
brutal schedule.
I don't think Alex Smith is going to play up to the potential we think he's going to play this year.
I think so. You think he's overrated?
I think he's going to get benched.
Benched? What week?
I would say about like week 8.
Week 8? That's why would they get bench him?
I would say Andy Reid would get fed up and he would want to put Mahomes in there.
Mm-hmm. Okay then. So disagree with that. I think Alex Smith is going to play throughout the whole season.
Now, from top to bottom, for me,
Oakland,
Los Angeles, Kansas City, Broncos.
Oakland, Kansas City, Chargers, Broncos.
And I also think the Broncos will only win 3 games all year.
No, I absolutely 100% disagree with that. I'd say they win at least 5, just from that defense alone.
All right.
But now we got the American Football Conference done. It is time to start with the National Football Conference, arguably one of the best competitive conferences in the NFL. Because in the AFC, I see it as a 2-way race: Steelers, Patriots. In the NFC, it's different every year. And we're going to start off with the NFC North.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Okay.
Okay.
I say Green Bay's going to win this.
He's a bad man.
But at the same time, watch out for Detroit. They are getting better and better, and we can't slack on Detroit anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Matt Stafford is proving that he is an all-pro quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Their running game is getting better. They have receivers.
Mm-hmm.
The thing I'm most scared of is their defense, and their edge rushers and their corners are insane. They are ready. Nice. They're ready for prime time.
Do you think they're ready? Well, they're going to compete. They're the only team that can compete with the Green Bay Packers, because let's face it, the Bears are in reset mode, and I have a lot of questions about the Minnesota Vikings. So maybe if their offense, if Matthew Stafford can just stay healthy, they do have the receivers. Golden Tate, he's turned out to be a stud.
And they also have Marvin Jones, so maybe they could do pretty well.
Maybe. But I mean, once again, this is the division for the Green Bay Packers to lose.
Like Packers have Jordy Nelson, Devontae Adams, Devontae Adams, Jordy Nelson, Martellus Bennett. They still have what's his space? Randall Cobb. They have Ty Montgomery. They have weapons, man. They have weapons. Their defense might not be as good as it's been in previous years, but they can get it done still, and on a high level, as long as they stay healthy.
As long as they stay healthy, and then also with the Packers, you got that bad man. He ran the table last year, and
Exactly.
Anything can happen with him. I just like, okay.
And I just feel like he had a chip on his shoulder. After the way he got knocked out of the playoffs last year, he has a chip on his shoulder.
Oh, yes. That man, he's going to come back. Vengeance.
You said you had questions for Minnesota.
Yes.
I think the questions are going to be answered and not very nicely, like at all. I think Bridgewater, we may not see him for another season. I think Sam Bradford is going to kill this franchise. I think there's going to be a Super Bowl in that stadium, and they're not going to be anywhere near involved with it.
I mean, the team that hosts the Super Bowl doesn't tend to do well at all, so it furthers my point where I don't expect the Vikings to do much of anything.
Exactly. I actually think they're only going to win 2 games.
I'd be nice. I'd give it 3.
Well, I mean, they're definitely going to get mollywopped in their home stadium on Monday night.
I don't know about all that.
Well, I mean, Adrian Peterson, he's going to play harder than any other game all year in this one. But
yeah, well,
I don't think the only thing that's worth talking about with Chicago right now is, one, they do got a great running back. We all know they're on the rebuilding process. And 2, I want to see how Trubisky does this year. I feel like he could be a good quarterback for the future.
Oh, yes. The Bears got Mitch Trubisky.
I like him. I do like him. I want to see how he does.
I'm not sold on him yet. I'm not sold on him at all. Yeah. So, let's see. 1, 2, in order. 1, Green Bay. 2, Lions. 3, Vikings. 4, Bears. That might be swapped.
Me, 1, Packers. 2, Lions. 3, Bears. 4, Vikings.
All righty. Now, let's moving on to the NFC West.
Yeah, because we're definitely avoiding our divisions right now. That's for sure.
I'm saving those for last.
All right, now, I got a random pick, and this is my wild card pick of the whole year. This is I just think it's going to happen. I don't know if it's going to actually happen. This is just a gut feeling. The Rams are going to win this division.
What?
I believe the Rams are going to step up and win this division. 1,
wow.
Their coordinator always seems to turn around defenses. Good old Wade Phillips. 2, the head coach, Sean McVay, happens to be he has the nickname the quarterback whisperer. So if you think that he's not working with Jared Goff every stinking day of the week, you got it twisted. Jared Goff is going to improve drastically this year. Todd Gurley is going to improve drastically this year. Sammy Watkins gets plugged in and becomes an all-pro receiver.
an all-pro receiver.
All-pro receiver.
Oh, you're swinging for fences now.
I'm swinging for fences. Now,
Because
everybody else in the division, I don't know.
oh, I know one thing: Seattle's winning this division handily. One in the preseason, Russell Wilson has looked really darn good. He looks like in the best shape of his life. And
confident, he just got married. He's been enjoying the summer of his life. Their defense is still a stack. They get every piece they've been missing back. Chancellor back, Thomas back, Bennett back, Sherman back. Their defense is still there, and their defense is going to dominate. Their receivers, good, great, fine. Their running game, that's the biggest question mark on that team. But if Russell Wilson has anything to say about it, they're going to be one of the best teams in the NFL.
One of the best teams in the NFL, huh?
The best teams in the NFL. Even though I do think the Los Angeles Rams are going to win this division.
It's going to be tough. It's going to be close.
Now, San Francisco,
they
are in a rebuilding stage.
Yes, clearly. They're not doing anything this season. Maybe next year.
Maybe next year. I say with the picks they're getting, with the people running the front office, to even the coaching, they actually do have a bright future ahead of them. This
is just not their year.
Exactly. And Arizona is going to be a flop. They're not going to be good. I don't care what anybody says. Carson Palmer is going to get injured early in the year. This team is going to be so bad. Fitzgerald is going to get traded and play. Either he's going to get traded or he's going to get cut and signed to a Super Bowl contending team. Because there's no way they're going to let Fitzgerald not play for a Super Bowl this year.
He's one of the greatest postseason performers.
Exactly. That's why I feel he's going to play for this is his last year. And I just don't feel like he's going to go out on the bottom.
On the bottom, huh? Yep. Okay, then. I think here's the thing. The Cardinals have a good offense if Carson Palmer can just stay healthy.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't see this team being a complete flop. I'm seeing maybe a 10-6 record from them, maybe a 9-7.
Okay. I don't agree with you at all. I think they're going to be 5-11. I don't think Palmer's going to stay healthy. I don't think that offensive line is good enough. I don't think the receivers are going to help him. The only person on that team that can help him out is David Johnson, and I don't think he's going to have as great of a year as everybody expects him to have. So I have LA number 1, Seattle number 2. Both those teams make the playoffs. Cardinals number 3, and San Francisco number 4. But both of those bottom 2 teams go 5-11.
Yeah, I'm gonna say instead the Rams. I'm gonna say Seahawks, Cardinals, Rams, and 49ers.
All right, now we will go to the NFC South.
The South, huh?
We're going to the South, and Jeff, you're gonna love me.
I'm not gonna love you.
I have to start with your team.
You have to?
Because I feel like even though y'all don't have a great defense, let's just be real. Be real. Be real quick. You don't have a great defense. You're going to be a wild card team.
I'm going to be a wild card team, huh?
The New Orleans Saints are going to be a wild card team in the 2017-2018 NFL season. Simply because Drew Brees ain't done yet. Now, do I think they're going to win the division? No. I think that's going to be Tampa Bay.
No. I don't know how.
Tampa Bay will go 13-3. Jameis Winston, in my opinion, will be the league's MVP.
Them playing 16 games?
Mike play 16 straight games, yes.
16 games, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Nah. No, okay. Here's the thing.
Will be the best division of football.
Atlanta, they're still Atlanta. They're still going to be the force to be reckoned with the Atlanta.
Yeah, now don't get me wrong. I never said this was going to be a bad division. I don't think any of these teams are going to be under 500.
This potentially, I'm saying potentially, has a chance of being the best division in the league.
Exactly.
But Saints, I still worry about their defense. They've shown me a lot of good in the preseason. They've forced teams down to averaging about 10 points a game. They've averaged like 220 something yards a game in the preseason. So I'm taking that with a grain of salt.
Mm-hmm.
But their offense is – I'm not worried about their offense. Their offense is going to be fine. It's just that defense. Carolina, surely they can do better. Buccaneers, I need to see it. Before I believe it. And then the Falcons, well, they're the reigning defending NFC champions. So,
well, let's start by saying one thing.
Mm-hmm.
The loser of the Super Bowl never makes it back.
Yes.
That's been proven for the last 51 years.
Mm-hmm.
Except for when it comes to the case of the Buffalo Bills. Let's not talk about that.
Yeah, we're not talking about them, right?
None of these teams, again, I'm going to say this, none of these teams are going to be under 500.
Okay. Now,
in my opinion, Tampa goes 13-3. Saints go 10-6.
Oh, God.
Falcons go 10-6. Panthers are 8-8. But only 2 of these teams make the playoffs. 2 of them.
Wow.
And that would be the Bucs.
The defense is really causing me to be less optimistic. So I'm just going to have to wait and see. But I'm going to say Falcons win that division again. I say Bucs 2, Saints 3, Panthers 4. Now, to finish it off, we're going to the NFC East. Tony?
All right, let's be real. Is there any doubt in anybody's mind that the Cowboys aren't going to win this division?
I'm buying it.
We proved it last year with rookies.
Okay, the element of surprise is gone.
Now we just have to be consistent.
Who's the one team that gave you headaches throughout the NFL season last year?
The New York Giants.
What have the Giants done in the offseason?
Improved on defense.
And they got a pretty consistent wide receiver in the form of Brandon Marshall.
Oh, you're talking about the third receiver. Okay.
Yes.
I'm not worried about him. I'm more worried about the improvement of OBJ,
and
the improvement of Sterling Shepard.
OBJ, and Brandon Marshall.
Won't matter. My whole issue is OBJ and Sterling Shepard. The younger receivers are going to be the ones on top.
But
now, let's not get it twisted. I know we don't have a good defense.
There you go. That's what I was about to say. Your defense.
For crying out loud, Bob McAdoo came out today and clearly said, once you can tell me who's their cornerback, let me know, because we need to scout it. Because clearly he doesn't know who we have on defense as well. I don't know who we have on defense.
That's the biggest question mark. I'm looking at this.
The only person I know who we have on, well, there's three.
Mm-hmm.
Scandrick, Byron Jones, and Sean Lee. Everybody else either is on suspension or hurt. And then they're young.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who we have.
I don't know who you have.
But our offense is bar none a top 3 offense in the NFL. Top 3. Our only issue is when Zeke goes out, can our running back step up? But at the same time, we have receivers left and right.
That you do.
We have a quarterback who is not afraid of the pressure.
Not afraid.
Clearly not afraid of the pressure. We have a coach who's actually starting to understand his team, which I'll give Jason Garrett credit for.
All right, so you say Cowboys win this division. I'm saying Giants win this division. But do you feel like talking about the Redskins and the Eagles? The Eagles.
Actually, I can talk about the Eagles. They're going to surprise people. They're going to get better. I think LeGarrette Blount's going to definitely help in the running game. They still have Sproles. I think Wentz is going to be better than he was last year for sure. Now, will it matter with all the other teams in the division, like the Redskins with Kirk Cousins? They have receivers to help him out. Or is their running back good enough to actually help him out as well, to keep the pressure off of him? They're both kind of have the same problems. The only difference is the Eagles have a better defense than the Washington Redskins currently. They're getting help at secondary. They're getting help in the linebackers. They've made trades over the last week to actually help them. So I actually have to change my pick on that one. And I have to say the Eagles will be ahead of the Redskins.
Eagles, yes. I mean, I can see it, but it's going to be tough. I mean, we all know the top 2 are Giants and Cows.
Yes.
It's the ones after that, it's a little question mark right there.
Yeah, exactly.
We're just like they could be fighting for 3rd and 4th. They're nowhere near getting the division, so I'm going to go out on a limb and say that the Eagles will take the 3rd spot, but it's going to be close, like maybe a game's worth.
I'll say it'd be 2.
But
I'm going to say it's 2.
2? I'm going to say the Giants, if the Giants can remain consistent. All righty then. The season starts tomorrow with the Patriots and the Chiefs. Yay, but it's still football season. We've given our little preview of the division stand, and when we come back next week, we'll give a little reaction to what has happened and what has transpired in week 1 of the NFL. See if things are falling into place already or not, or maybe not. Tony, any last things you want to say?
Click that like button, comment down below. We will react to you guys. Believe me when I say that. We're always paying attention to the comics, and any criticisms you guys have, let us know. We're still trying to figure out our system and everything like that, so we encourage the feedback. Just let us know what's going on.
All right.
If the sound doesn't sound great, let us know. We'll try to improve on that as well.
All right, and peace be upon you all who decided to join us. Thank you, and like, share, and subscribe. This is the football preview of the Stadium Junkies. I'm Jeffrey Burtis, signing out.